Now, I don't know if you all know this, but next to Godzilla, one of my other major favorite loves is Metroid. Yes! Metroid! Ugh. And of course, I'm extremely hyped for the next major Metroid console title and everything to follow within its wake. It feels like we are on the cusp of that Metroid renaissance yet again. So we got a handheld title, we're getting a console title. I have a feeling we might be getting another handheld title after the console title comes out. So what else is there of Metroid Descent that we could possibly be getting? I don't know. A movie? Yeah. Well, not really. Jordan Vogt Roberts, I hope I'm saying that first part right. Vogt. I apologize if I'm saying his middle name wrong. I'm just gonna call him Jordan. Jordan over here gave us the crazily fun Kong Skull Island, as well as a movie that I have yet to see, The Kings of Summer, and he also did a stand-up comedy documentary for Nick Offerman, aka Ron Swanson. And in this article that'll be linked in the description below from Shinesparkers, Jordan gives his pitch for a Metroid movie. Quite possibly the best pitch I've ever heard for a Metroid movie. Though he opens up his statement with, "They'll never let me do it, it's too crazy." And he goes on to say that his idea would feature only Samus, mostly silent, with only a few monologues of her talking to herself, quietness, tense mood pieces, and a ton of sci-fi. Excuse me, Jordan, let me just give you a hug, boy, please. Because you, sir, you get it. Hell, this guy even threw in a jab at Metroid Other M. Well, at least that's how it sounds to me. Now, with what little experience I have with Jordan Roberts' work, I could say in all honesty that I believe in his abilities. I mean, his pitch, his idea alone fills in the gaps of doubt near instantaneously, perfectly leveled. Just the fact that he would make a Metroid movie, one, is awesome, but just the fact that he would make a Metroid movie and make it mostly silent, that's great. Now, there might be some naysayers for that, but let me point your attention to A Quiet Place. A Quiet Place was quite the quiet flick, and it did horror, it did tension, it did drama, it did everything on the hand, fingers, and toes of what makes a good horror movie, with barely any dialogue. It was all acting with the eyes and the face. But Bobby, Samus's face is covered up with her helmet and stuff. Well, she still has her eyes, so, I mean, I'm mad. I'm surprised. And A Quiet Place was a massive, massive success. So imagine the core unit of A Quiet Place being placed into a Nintendo product and being blown up with a decently sized budget. I smell success. Calling Metroid a real intense mood piece is something I praise this guy for, not only saying, but knowing. Metroid is atmosphere first and everything else second. At least that's how it's always been to me. It's always been about the atmosphere. It's always been about feeling alone on a planet. And this man clearly understands that very well. Now, if you click on the link in the description below, you go there, you read the tiny little article, there will also be a link to a video there where you can actually hear him saying all of this. And he goes on to talk about how Super Metroid actually inspired him to become a director, to make things. That just makes my heart flutter because Metroid is something that I love and hold very near and dear to my heart. And to know that there are other people, especially some of those other people being directors out there in Hollywood that were inspired by such a title that Nintendo let lay dormant for nearly 10 years, if you have taste. Again, it just makes my heart flutter. Now, if I had any say in this project, I would say, let's not do this with a big studio. Let's do this with somewhat of a smaller studio. Because it seems like every big studio out there that goes through with an adaptation or a remake, oh, yeah, we're gonna be staying really close to the source material because we really care about the fandom. And then we get My Bloody Valentine 3D, and that's just a Aside from the studio, the only people that I'd really want working on the movie and the script would be the director, Jordan, and Nintendo themselves. And Yoshio Sakamoto, he's somewhat made up for Other M with Samus Returns. Now that's if the film were to ever reach live action territory. More than likely, a Metroid movie would probably end up being animated, I guess. I mean, Nintendo's sticking with Illumination Studios with their Mario movie, so if Nintendo is dipping their toes into the cinematic realm yet again and it's going to be animated, I wouldn't have a problem with that either. This dude is after every Metroid fan's heart with his movie pitch, what he would do with this movie. And if the idea were to ever come up, I hope Nintendo has this guy like bookmarked on their computers and such, because he sounds like the guy for the job. And Kong Skull Island was just awesome. Now, while I doubt this will ever come to be, because, you know, Nintendo is going to do two things if the Mario movie is successful. They're either going to make another Mario movie or they're going to make a Legend of Zelda movie, because Mario and Link are the two big breadwinners for Nintendo, I guess you could say. It doesn't feel likely, it doesn't feel probable, but if the idea were to ever get off the ground, and by ever I mean ever, I fully support this idea. Do not go the other M route. Do not try and flesh out Samus. We need two things. We need Samus alone, and we need an alien planet, and we need to be able to feel that. Also, if you're making a movie, I don't care if it's live action or 3D animated, get Kenji Yamamoto on that soundtrack, boy. Please. So yet again, check that link in the description below. Watch the video, listen to this man's thought process on pretty much anything, because apparently he's trying to get a Metal Gear movie made. Why don't you sound off in the comments section below and let me know how you feel about this guy's pitch for a Metroid movie. Let me know how you feel about a Metroid movie overall, and we'll have a nice little Chisodian conversation about it all. I have been Just Rob of Crazy Calyx. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you all next time. Bye, everybody.